Hey everybody, this is Jewelyn. Welcome back to my channel. Welcome to my home here in Santa Monica, California, and welcome to another Planting with Jewelyn. Before I start today's video, I want to do a shout out to my grandma for my beautiful new apron, and by the time this video goes up, I may still have a few left because I am going to be doing my reveal video for my Planting with Jewelyn 2020 merchandise in a few days. This video won't get up until a couple of weeks after this is filmed. So if you're interested in any of my Planting with Jewelyn merchandise, please reach out to me, Planting with Jewelyn, on Instagram on a direct message. And this is another fundraiser. This whole Planting with Jewelyn 2020 merchandise is another fundraiser for my grandma, which I'm super excited. I absolutely love my apron, and my grandma made a handful without the ruffles and bows, which is my signature look. And she also created a handful with the ruffles and bow if you are interested in a little extra something on the pocket. I'm just gonna sit down and casually plant up and set up all of the cuttings that I received yesterday from Sonia. Yesterday's haul video, go ahead and check it out. I was able to step out of the bubble for a little bit. Sonia joined me and we did some plant shopping, and I'm really looking forward to seeing these plant babies thrive. My potting tray here, if you're interested in this or any of the things I use on the channel, if you look at my description box, along with my mailing address, if you want to mail me anything, is my Amazon store affiliated link to all of the products that I use on the channel. And if you purchase anything from my store, I do get a little percentage off of that, which helps the channel. So with that being said, I have a bunch of plant cuttings that I want to set up, whether in water or soil. Because I have the potting tray here, let's go ahead and plant up the ones that I think are going to do best right away going into soil. And these have been calloused over, so they're good to go. I have another Stapelia cutting, and this is now my second cutting from a plant friend subscriber. And the first one I got was from my subscriber in Temecula, which is doing really good. They're 2 long cuttings, and it's planted up in my succulent shelf area. I'm going to just plant this up in a nursery planter. This will live in the greenhouse, and once it develops roots, then I'll figure out if I want this one to join my rooted cuttings that I got from my subscriber or in a whole separate one. Because the one that I do have in the front of my home, which I had for several years, which by the way has never bloomed on me, is really sun stressed with red. So we'll see what I end up doing, but for now I at least wanted to take care of this plant baby and set it up in soil. So this one will live in the greenhouse, and my greenhouse is now moved underneath the tree because this time of year, and just in general for the first time ever, I noticed that the sun is super strong in front of my house, so the greenhouse is no longer in the front of my house. I have some crassula cuttings here. Now some is rooted and some is not, so I'm gonna probably, what I'll do is I'll plant them all up, and if I don't see any root growth happening, then I'll go ahead and pull it out and it'll just live in water for a while. But I want to try to see if I can get it to root up in soil so it avoids me doing the water vessel propagation. But we'll see. I'll check on it in a couple of weeks, and if it's not happy, then I can move it to water. So we have some rooted and some not rooted. So this will also live in the greenhouse. These jades, these crassulas are super huge. Comment down below if you have crassulas like this in your collection or ever seen them this huge before. They're gigantic. I wonder how old they are. So let's just set them up. I wish them luck. This is definitely something that I wanted to do today. I was up really early, taught my clients for the day, as well as dance school. So it's just been a really long day. I just want to like sit down, throw my hair up, my new apron on, and just take care of these before I leave out of town. Today is Sunday and I leave Friday morning. So I definitely wanted to take care of these before I go to Vegas for a handful of days. The next thing I want to do, which is going to be kind of complicated, but these are aeonium cuttings, and aeoniums are crazy the way how they grow, especially like if they're not like kept really well and they start looking like a rescue. So I'm going to try my best to deal with them, fix them up if I need to trim anything, but I want to try to not do too much to them. And with aeoniums, they bruise very easy. So once I put this in this nursery planter, I'm not gonna touch it until it's time to be moved out of the greenhouse. I think what I'm gonna do is get my pruning scissors here. Kind of interested to see how Sonia is gonna style her rescue, because there's a lot of like trimming and cutting back that you're gonna have to do for something that's hasn't been taken care of and looks crazy. The only thing with aeoniums is that you gotta keep an eye on them. If not, they're gonna look wild and crazy. So I'm just using my left hand to hold up the aeoniums. I am right-handed, so I'm working with my right. Do I have any more? No, this is it. So without doing any more damage to them, because they are bruised up, I'm just going to fill up the planter, call it a day. This will live in the greenhouse for now. I could easily put it in a planter, but it's okay. I'll do a planting with Jewelyn video in the future, getting some of the greenhouse babies out, which I normally do right before I do tour videos. So maybe we'll see this one come out for the fall, for end of the year plant tour. Are you going to stand up by yourself? Okay, questionable. Let's see, how do you want to live in this planter? And you can do that. I'm a forever fan of aeoniums. They're super interesting, and the collection just keeps growing with plant babies gifted to me or in a trade. So I will give it some water, and I'm gonna make sure that nothing bumps into them because they start bruising. I'm gonna turn it around so you can see all the bruising just from being handled. I knew that was gonna happen. Okay, let's do this again. You need a deeper planter to work above you. I'll give it some water after this to help it get settled down. Guys, just work with me here. Oh my goodness. Okay. Okay, let's not touch this before it starts falling out. Okay, let me take a look at the tradiscantia cuttings, because with tradiscantias you can put them into soil and they'll root up, or you can put it into water. So let me put these ones into soil. I had this furry kitten maybe a year or two ago, and mine didn't do well, so it was nice that I could get some cuttings of these again. There's certain plants where if they don't do well with me in my collection, I will purchase it up to 3 times, or I'll just wait till I get it in my collection from a subscriber or plant friend, and then I'll try again. But I wouldn't necessarily go out and purchase them again. So since I'm a tradiscantia lover, I was more than happy to get cuttings of this and try again. So we'll see. I think my original mother plant was part of the plant babies I lost from the rain, and it was not happy. So this will live in the greenhouse. The last one I want to put into soil is going to be these tradiscantia cuttings, which I think I might have. I'm not too sure at this point. I have so many. So I'm just putting it directly into soil. But I have more tradiscantia cuttings here, which I'm just going to put into water to root up first. Sound off in the comments down below if you have tradiscantias. Do you propagate them with water first, then put them into soil, or do you skip that part and just go straight to soil? because you can do it either way. All right, here we go. Now that I have this space cleared, I have this senecio cutting, which is going to be an experiment for me because I recently repurchased this plant. My original one died with the rain. As you can see, that's been a trend in the collection, but I want to see if this one is going to give me roots. So I got a cutting from Sonia's new mother plant, and I'm gonna keep an eye on it and see if it gives me roots. Be interesting to see. And then let's see here, I have these tradiscantia cuttings, and I have all these water vessels here because I didn't know who I was gonna put into soil or water. Now this is very interesting because as you see here, this is one whole cutting here, and what I could do is I could make multiple cuttings out of this and have a full planter. But I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try rooting this up and then sticking it in a whole planter by itself. I think this one too. Take a look at this, and then it'll be a nice full planter. So let's see if you would work well in here. If not, I have a shorter, wider propagation vessel. Living in here, and I can always let's do this. This is getting ridiculous. Let's cut this a little shorter. Get you in there first. Take this bottom one off. The birds are going crazy. It was definitely a rescue looking type of tradiscantia, like not kept well, so the cuttings were growing like crazy. As you can see, it's leaning to the side, but we're just gonna leave it as this. Looks crazy because I want to try to keep the long trail instead of like cutting it and making multiples. But if it starts doing bad, then I'll take off all the little cuttings and we'll just make a full planter. But for now, I want to at least try this way. We'll see. Okay, you guys, that is gonna wrap up today's planting with Jewelyn, setting up all of my cuttings that I got from Sonia's haul. So this is pretty exciting that I was able to get a bunch of plant babies that I maybe had before that didn't do well with me, or just more plants that I have that I can fill up my planter with, or just new plant babies. So this is the fun part about plant life, is that you can share with your plant friends, and plants are investments for me, so they're a gift that keeps on giving, like I always say. So when I purchase a plant, I think, can I make more of it? Am I able to propagate from it? In the future, I might be able to gift part of the plant, sell or trade part of the plant, and it's just nice to see a plant grow with you. So stay tuned. I will probably put this tradiscantia into soil when my purple heart hybrids root up. By then, maybe they're going to be rooted up at the same time, and then we can put them into soil. I'll probably do a separate planting with Jewelyn, putting all of my handful of rooted babies that's been in water vessels into soil, and I'll just do a video just with them. And I'm gonna maybe hopefully get some roots from this senecio cutting. The rest are going to go in the greenhouse and live there into my upcoming planting with Jewelyn's, getting the greenhouse babies out for upcoming plant tour. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Let me go ahead and do another plant friend shout out. Today's plant friend shout out is going to Miss Poor 70 Tish. Says here, fantastic, so happy for you, loads of love, Tish. And this was in regards to my surprise patio makeover, and I've been loving the airiness and the brightness of this space. Although the tree is still unkept, it's been the best it's ever looked from the several years I lived in this space. So thank you so much for supporting the channel. If you're new, welcome to the channel. Subscribe for daily uploads between the main channel Monday to Thursday and the vlog channel Friday to Sunday. You get a video each and every day. Until next time, aloha from Santa Monica, California. Bye.